Yo guys, what's going on? Just a quick wee video. I did a wee video actually yesterday or the day before looking at maybe the slightly longer term picture. Well, not really longer term, week or so. And the idea was a wee move down to around about 85 from memory. You can watch that video and find out. This one I want to just look at Bitcoin on the 4 hour and then maybe some alts on similar time frames because I feel we're getting, the idea that we might get a small bounce here, certainly a wee tradable bounce from my perspective anyway, trading kind of like relatively short-term perps. So just battering in Bitcoin on the 4 hour, that's what I'm watching. And my target is just this zero point 0.5 here at 97, just over 97. I'd probably front run that a wee bit and get out about, 96, 900, something like that. And just possibly even this green 55. You see this green moving average here on the index. I wonder, we need to get above that first of all. So cognizant of the fact we might just test that and come back down. Maybe that 0.5 is a wee bit too ambitious, but either way, I've kind of got a long running currently. I just entered on this crazy volatility yesterday after the jobs news, holding that, and I'm looking for, the test of the green 55 minimum. Let's call that target 1 and target 2, 97. If it starts getting above there, then who knows? It could. I mean, what I've found is there's a pattern that a lot of prices moving up to the 886, and that long correction we had. Just before the kind of Trumpy pump, and then even some of the consolidation around about December, we're getting the 886, which is interesting on kind of, basically what you might call a bearish retrace, and which is what this is here, looking for resistance on the way back up. It's been extending quite high, getting people wrong-sided quite often. Anyway, that's kind of beside the point. These are my kind of short-term thoughts on Bitcoin. Interestingly, alts, or a few of the alts I'm watching, I've got more or less the same setup. I'm long virtuals at the moment. That's come right down and given us a nice entry after some decent upside movements. I want to adjust these fibs a wee bit because I was looking. I think we should run them off this low here, which is the kind of last what I feel is like major low, and you can see that price came down and has tested the the 618 really quite nicely. And again, I'm just looking for a bounce potentially up to that green 55, or maybe again the 382 in this case, which would be 3.7 roughly, so target 1, target 2 again. Obviously all this, and the same with Bitcoin, is invalidated if we're starting to sort of make new lows here. So in other words, it's quite good risk reward at the moment. I feel like you could get in along in here with a stop loss just below the last wick. Obviously you can get wicked out and price can keep going, so that's a consideration I always like to make. A lot of people just, it's just a frustrating kind of thing that comes with trading crypto. Hype is what I'm interested in. Again, got a lot of, I was getting a really good run up there, and I feel like this red line, that's why I've got it here, is our next really nice entry. It's a wee bit lower. It's 17 basically, 17 bucks on hype roughly in this area for a long. Price action is relatively weak at the minute, and then Lumia was the third long I'm running at the minute, and that's really tested, which potentially is a bottom here. You can see this long-term consolidation before it made its big pump up, so we're testing into that at the moment. I feel like it's going to be a wee bit of a slow burner, this one, and can hang around here for a while before it gets a pump. But even just back up to the 786 shorter term, you can see that was previous support, and it's lost that, and it's just picked up the structural support, which just happens to be the 886 back down here. A failure below that, and the likelihood is these previous lows are going to, we'll lose them, and it'll be into price discovery on the way down. But that's again, risk reward's not bad. I feel like there's some bullish divergence appearing on fair few. The alts right up to the daily, in fact, and then Lumia. Yeah, it is. I mean, price is going down, RSI is going up currently on this 4 hour. So although the indicator's not printed there's potential for it there, and here right across the chart actually on hype, you can go right back to here where price is up here, it's come down, but RSI is actually higher. So, hype's one that's beginning to show, look, there's a drive there on the 6 hour. We could get a second drive here. But right across the chart, if we go up to, look, there's the 8, yeah. you know, from here, for example, this low here to where we are now, that's bullish divergence. And it's too new to give it anything on the daily. And then finally, virtuals again was similar from memory back on the 4 hour. Yeah. Oh, in fact, look, there's their indicator just giving us a phantom drive now. So these are my longs, and they're not. It's not a big play, you know. It's a short term, 10% potential move on some of these, you know, up to my targets. You're not looking at massive moves, but you know, it's a tradable bounce if you're chasing a bit of cash. 20% in fact up to target 1 on virtuals, and if it gets up to that 382, 25%. 100x, that's a big old gains, like, you know. Okay, so that's my thoughts short term Bitcoin and some alts, and there are many like this, by the way. Many are kind of seem to be building this bullish divergence, so potentially a move up before any further downside is on the cards. There's a couple of things. USDT dominance, I was watching USDT dominance, and that was giving me the idea that, you know, things might come down a little bit lower here before they continue again. So you've got this decent bit of resistance here. May break it eventually, which would give us that lower low that I was talking about in my last video, down to that 85k region. It might just be a test of that previous push up, but my thoughts are it gets a wee bit higher. I need to zoom in a wee bit here, and you know, we get possibly a retest of this wick up here, or even something like that 200, that purple moving average here. So long as it's, you know, in terms of structure, we're currently stuck under what looks like this previous support which bounced off. We're now stuck under there. Honestly, I feel if we start getting something like a weekly close back above there, then yeah, bear market is on, kind of thing. But in the meantime, you know, it wouldn't be, you know, you could test this. We could test this on a week basis. As long as it came back under here again, I would feel a bit more comfortable longer term. But you know, could easily come down to, at the moment on the shorter term, just a little bit more. We're only talking about this here, you know, in terms of a bounce. What's that on the total on USDT? It's only 1%, 1.5%. So yeah, we get a wee chance of a small bounce before further downside. Bitcoin dominance, I feel like I had this chart up. It was Bitcoin dominance against ETH. Yeah, and interestingly, if you just look at this one, I'm not going to make a long video. I don't like doing long videos, but you got Bitcoin dominance on the bottom, giving bearish divergence on the 4 hour, and then you've got ETH BTC giving 1-2 drives of bullish divergence on this 4 hour again. So again, it's given me that bias that a wee small alts push is going to come here. Nothing too exciting. I don't think we're going to get anything exciting until maybe Trumpy pumps in and give drops of some bullish news, and then maybe into February we get a run again. But in the meantime, let's just, you know, we can scalp short term and, you know, make a bit of cash that way. That's my game anyway. And yeah, let's see how this pans out. 4 hour time frame, I guess you're in it maybe tomorrow night. Might be nice for a wee Sunday night pump before a sell off when market opens again next week. That's my idea. Invalidations are there. They're pretty obvious. It's moves below previous lows, really. Pretty far away on Bitcoin because it was quite volatile yesterday, but the ones I gave you on the alts there, you know, it's good risk reward. Okie doke, I hope if anyone's trading, they're getting good luck, guys. Take it easy, peace out.